Hello and welcome to Barefoot Boy Radio. Today we're going to be learning a little bit about somebody named GG Allin. That's him right here. Oh, there he goes. Yep, that's him right there. He was a bit of a crazy, controversial punk rocker back in the oh shit. Back in the late 80s, early 90s. And you can see him here. He was known for his wild, crazy performances on stage where, you know, he was most of the time wearing underwear or nothing. And he would always fight people in the audience. He would always try and, you know, assault people. He would shit on stage and then throw it at people, you know, all kinds of crazy shit, you know, like the whole show is pretty much just one fucking battle of GG Allin versus the audience. This guy's fucking nuts. But anyway, we're gonna talk about this guy today. Talk a bit about him. Talk a bit about where he came from, you know, his upbringing, and his career in music, and his crazy escapades. Oh yeah, see, there's right there. He's not wearing anything. So there's all types of videos on YouTube of his live shows, him on talk shows, all crazy shit. See, look at this. That dude was clearly not fucking into it. I don't know what that guy was doing there. He didn't look like the type of person to be at this show. All right, go back. Look at this guy. Guy's like, oh shit, why did I come here? But anyway, he's a fucking crazy dude. And if we go to Wikipedia here, there's some information on who he was, where he came from. So he was born Kevin Michael Allin, or no, he was born Jesus Christ Allin. I think he changed his name later. So his dad was a bit of a fanatical religious nut, a very strict, abusive guy, and let's see, early life. So he was born in Lancaster, New Hampshire, younger of two sons, born to Merle Colby Allin. That was his dad. And his mom, Arletta Gunther. And he was given his name because his father told his wife that Jesus Christ had visited him and told him that his newborn son would be a great man in the vein of the Messiah. So that's why he was named Jesus Christ Allin. So, you know, if you can imagine your parents, you know, popping you out and then be like, son, your name's gonna be fucking Jesus Christ because we think you're the second coming. So, off to a great start there. His father was abusive, religious fanatic who threatened his family with death, digging graves in their cellar. So he would literally go and fucking dig their graves and then threaten to kill them. The first 10 years, Allin, I think that was a book he wrote. Allin wrote that Merle wanted to kill his family in a murder-suicide. He despised pleasure and allowed his family to be very little contact with others. They lived a primitive existence and were more like prisoners than a family. So you can kind of see, you can kind of start to see why GG Allin might have been a little bit different. His upbringing kind of, started that off. So 1961, his mom filed for divorce as his mental instability was worsening. Allin and his brother were from that time raised by their mother and stepfather and settled in East St. Johnsbury, Vermont in 1966. Arletta changed her younger son's legal name to Kevin Michael Allin in 1962. So I'm sure he was glad that happened. He was born 1956. That was 62, so he was about 6 years old. So I don't know if he'd gone to school yet, but I can only imagine. Imagine going to your first day of school, and the kids are like, "Hi, what's your name?" You're like, "My name's Jesus Christ Allin. What's yours?" Allin, a poor student, was placed in special education classes and required to repeat the third grade. According to his older brother, he experienced bullying by fellow students for nonconformity. In his second year of high school, he began attending school cross-dressed. So he would wear dresses and shit, which he said was inspired by the New York Dolls, who were a 70s this hard rock band. I thought they were a punk band, but I guess they're hard rock. When asked about his childhood, Allin said that it was very chaotic, full of chances and dangers. We sold drugs, broke into houses, cars, did whatever we wanted to for the most part, including all the bands we played in. People even hated us back then. So that was his early life. He was brought up by a bit of a fucking nut. In the early years of his career, Allin's earliest musical influences were British Invasion in the 60s, Beatles, Rolling Stones, Dave Clark 5. So he was influenced by that stuff. And then Allin graduated from Concord High School, Concord, Vermont in 1975. Shortly after formed the band Malpractice with his older brother, a local musician, Jeff Penny, and Brian Demers, a high school friend. Allin played the drums for Malpractice until the band separated in 1977. He then became the drummer of the band Strip Search, which released the 7-inch single containing the song Galileo and Jesus Over New York. There is a song by GG Allin called Jesus Over New York. So, sounding pretty fucking normal, in the beginning. If you listen to a lot of his, earlier songs, they sound a little more, like normal rock and roll for back then. Versus this, which is a bit different. So anyway, we'll get to that. So, from 77 to 84, Allin performed as frontman for the Jabbers, in which he played drums and performed vocals. His 1980 debut album was Always Was, Is, and Always Shall Be for Orange Records. So he fronted many acts during early to mid-1980s. This includes albums from the Cedar Street Sluts, the Scumfucks in 1982, and the Texas Nazis in 1985, which I should try and find these. I don't know if they're anywhere on the internet, but that'd be interesting. Allin remained in the underground hardcore scene. It was not part of the East Coast hardcore scene. His performances in Manchester, New Hampshire, with the Cedar Street Sluts earned him the nickname of the Madman of Manchester, which you can hear a guy reference that at the end of one of his songs. He gained wider attention with the ROIR cassette-only release of Hated in the Nation, containing tracks from Allin's out-of-print catalog with the Jabbers, the Scumfucks, and the Cedar Street Sluts. The tape also featured several in-studio and in-concert recordings with an all-star band assembled by producer Maximum Rock and Roll and early Allin patron Mikkel Board. So a lot of underground shit, a bunch of stuff you never even heard of before. So I'm guessing this is around the time, at the end of the 80s, that he got a little more, crazy. So by the mid to late 1980s, Allin was addicted to heroin and alcohol and generally abused any intoxicants provided to him. First defecated on stage in 1985 at a show in Peoria, Illinois. According to fellow performer Bloody Mess, According to fellow performer, I was with him when he bought the X-Lax. Unfortunately, he ate it hours before the show, so constantly had to hold it in, or he would have shit before he got on stage. After he shit on stage, complete chaos broke out in the hall. All of the old men in charge of the hall went fucking nuts. Hundreds of confused punk kids were flipping out, running out the door, because the smell was incredible. Defecation became a regular part of his onstage act. So that's when that started. Allin idolized country music legend Hank Williams and saw himself as a kindred spirit. Both were relative loners and outsiders. Both were habitual users of intoxicants. Both lived with few, if any, possessions, and both traveled the country relentlessly. Allin's acoustic output, documented on the EP The Troubled Troubadour, was heavily influenced by Williams. He recorded his own rewrites of Hank Williams Jr.'s Family Tradition and David Allan Coe's Long-Haired Redneck, calling his own version Scumfuck Tradition, which that would be this song. So, this song was apparently a rewrite of Hank Williams Jr.'s song. Where the fuck was it? Family Tradition. During this period, Allin collaborated with Bulge, also known as Psycho under a different name, on the album Freaks, Faggots, Drunks, and Junkies. The AIDS Brigade. Allin also began performing many spoken word pieces.
Ain't got no right, ain't got no time, just got out of prison.
So, by this point, Allin's performances, which often resulted in considerable damage to the venues and sound equipment, were regularly stopped by police or venue owners, after only a few songs. Allin was charged with assault and battery, or in incident exposure, or on a number of times. What? A number of times. So he's fucking shit up. He's destroying shit, causing damage. Police getting called. So, some pretty crazy shit on the regular at his shows. If you're listening to this and you can't see the videos playing right now, he climbed up the fucking rafter, started hitting his head on the fucking rafters, and then jumped down, wearing nothing but a jockstrap. So, in late 1989, Allin was arrested and charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder, of a female acquaintance in Ann Arbor, Michigan. In a psychological evaluation made as part of the trial, Allin was judged as having at least average intelligence and was described as courteous, cooperative, and candid. The unnamed evaluator noted that Allin did not appear psychotic and seemed comfortable with his unorthodox lifestyle. However, the evaluator asserted Allin was dependent on alcohol and had a mixed personality disorder, narcissistic borderline, and masochistic features. Allin initially denied the charges, claiming the woman was a willing participant in the sexual activities. Allin admitted to cutting her, burning her, and drinking her blood, but insisted that she did the same to him. Allin also claimed that inconsistencies in the woman's statement to authorities supported his assertions. The judge in the case agreed there was substantial inconsistencies in the woman's account. Ultimately, however, Allin plea bargained to the reduced charge of felonies assault, and he was imprisoned from December 25th, 1989 to March 26th, 1991. It was during this time in prison that Allin began feeling re-energized about his life and mission. He wrote the GG Allin Manifesto during this period. So I don't really know what year this show is from. I'm guessing this was after he got out of prison. Not sure, but this is him talking about his views on rock and roll and why he does what he does.
Why, Gigi, did you feel a need to defecate in front of a live audience?
Well, my body is the rock and roll temple, and my flesh, blood, and body fluids are a communion to the people, whether they like it or not. I mean, I'm not out to please anybody. My rock and roll is more not to entertain, but to annihilate. And you know,
who is it that you would like to annihilate?
I hate everybody. You know, anybody that's in my way, I just want to take them out. It's my revenge, really. You know, I just go through my mind like a machine gun. My body is the bullets, and the audience is the target. And I see that rock and roll has just become so institutionalized that you've got people in monkey suits, you got college jocks, and people with money running the industry. And I'm trying to bring danger back into rock and roll. And there are no limits and no laws. And I'll break down every barrier put in front of me till the day I die.
But the applause, in case you're curious, is coming from a GG Allin fan club there in the first two rows.
He plays to sell out crowds. And this is what they see. Concerts filled with violence, bloodshed, and sexual assault. GG Allin wants to lead America's young people in a bloody revolution to take over the country. And he says nothing can be done to stop him. Why is that, Gigi?
Nobody will stop me because I am the true underground messiah. When you come to my show, you're going to a war. And I'm out for violence, chaos, lawlessness all the way. I don't care about anybody or anything except for myself and my mission. And your kids out there, if you got kids out there, they're going to be my kids. I'm going to own those kids. They're going to do anything that I say.
And why is that? Why do they do anything you say?
Because I'm the king, and they can identify with me, because the real true nonconformist children in this country are sick and tired of their parents, their schools, their people force-feeding them what to do. I am the answer. When they listen to my lyrics and they listen to my songs, they're listening to the way that it really should be, and you know that, and I know that, so don't brain, because your kids are my kids.
All right, I don't mean any disrespect.
I get letters from all over the world. People worship me. They come to my shows. I'm going to rape the girls. I might rape the guys. I might have sex. I want it all. I want it all, and I'm going to have it all.
Okay, let me
because I am everything.
All right, yeah. You go way beyond sex, drugs, and rock and roll in your performances. You self-mutilate on stage.
I self-mutilate. I beat the out of my audience. If they're in my way, I take them out. I don't care. I don't care about anybody or anything. When you come to my show, I'm the boss, I'm the king, you do what I say. You can challenge me, I have no problem with that. I like the confrontation.
Yeah.
But you're going to lose.
All right.
Out there, I am real. And how many of you can, at 35 years old, sleep with 16, 12, 13-year-old girls and boys and animals? Hey, this is the life. I got it all. And I got your kids.
You worried about him, audience, or what? Yeah?
You better be.
How many of you aren't worried? How many of you think this is so ridiculous your kids would never buy into it?
Okay, well, come on. Come on, I'll take you on. Well, I'll run right now. Come on.
All right, simmer down.
Come on down.
Simmer down.
We'll
simmer
see
down.
So, as you can see, GG Allin, his mission was to bring the danger back into rock and roll and make it, dangerous and out there again. So, GG Allin's last show was on June 27, 1993, at a small club called The Gas Station, a punk venue located inside a former gas station at 194 East 2nd Street in Manhattan. During the second song, the venue cut the power, after which he trashed the club, walked across the street naked, and then continued on, now wearing shorts but still covered in blood and feces through the neighborhood, followed by a large group of fans. After walking the streets for almost an hour, Allin eventually went to his friend Johnny Puke's apartment. There, he and others continued to party and use drugs. Sometime during the evening, Allin ingested large amounts of heroin, on which he accidentally overdosed, slipped into an unconscious state. Sometime in the early morning of June 28th, Allin died from the effects of his heroin overdose. Later that morning, someone noticed that Allin still lay motionless in the same place where they had left him and called an ambulance. Allin was pronounced dead at the scene. He was 2 months short of his 37th birthday. So, this video here is footage of that last show when they went out into the street. So in true GG Allin form, he went out with a bang, walking through the streets of Manhattan. So this is, I think, going to his friend's apartment.
Why can't we get out of here? I'm trying to get arrested here. I'm trying to get out of here.
1 block away.
I want to get out of here, guys. Leave me the fuck alone.
Back up.
You guys don't never It's like they want to watch somebody get into a taxi.
Hey, look.
What the fuck?
Look, we got two engaged couples. Let's get together. No, that's all they do.
I want to go.
And then we'll fucking leave.
How's it feel to be more popular?
Leave him the fuck alone. alone if you love him.
Just fucking. No,
Leave him
listen,
fuck
man.
alone if you love him. Let him get the fuck away.
So, final hours alive were spent in true GG Allin form, walking around Manhattan, covered in blood and shit. So he died the way he lived. So even though he was a bit of an extreme person, there were still people at his funeral. It took place on July 3rd, 1993, in his native New Hampshire. At this funeral, Allin's bloated, unpreserved corpse was dressed in his black leather jacket and trademark jockstrap. GG was buried with a bottle of Jim Beam beside his casket and requested as requested. Whoops. As part of his brother's request, the mortician was instructed not to wash the corpse or apply any makeup. Allin's funeral became a low-level party. Friends posed with his corpse, placing drugs and whiskey into his mouth. As the funeral ended, his brother put a pair of headphones on Allin. The headphones were plugged into a portable cassette player in which was loaded a copy of the Suicide Sessions. So even after he died, still crazy shit carried on. But anyway, one of the craziest dudes in rock history. I don't know if there's really anybody that matches or surpasses GG Allin. He's the fucking madman. So this was an interview, or not interview, but this was like I guess it was a fucking TED Talk? I don't know. But anyway, this was, I guess, a talk he gave, which I remember seeing this before. It ended up getting a little crazy, of course, fucking GG Allin. What do you expect?
First thing we gotta make clear, this fucking article right here, before I read anything, if I do. There's a bunch of shit in here about me, saying that I've been crying wolf for the past 8 years.
Oh yeah, so this talk he gave was about himself committing suicide on stage, which he had been talking about doing. He'd been talking about killing himself on stage, and so that's what he was talking about here. And I'm pretty sure the only thing that stopped him from actually doing it was when he got sent to prison. Was he was going to kill himself on stage before he got sent to prison. So I'm pretty sure that's the only reason he didn't actually do it.
Who's got that fucking laugh box? Somebody here got a laugh box? Got a fucking problem with a laugh box? We'll fucking hear it again, that's it. Somebody got a fucking laughing problem? Got a laughing problem, motherfucker? Fuck you. Fuck you. got a laughing problem. If you want to laugh, I can leave and you can laugh at the next two people or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to be laughed at. We got a fucking article here that was written about me saying that I was crying wolf and I was going out with some bitch named Lisa Suckdog. Anybody know this girl? Anybody here know this girl? Somebody in here fucking knows this girl. I know they do. Fucking bullshit motherfucking liars say right here, it's right in fucking print, in one of your fucking Boston lame motherfucking magazines. Let me quote you. As to whether GG Allin says he really intends to go through with his suicide plan remains to be seen. What the fuck remains to be seen? Some bitch that I met in a fucking bus stop for 2 minutes and I tried to rape in New York says that I fucking went out with her and said that I cried wolf. I never fucking cried wolf. I never fucking said in the last 13 years that I was going to kill myself on stage. Never. Never. I may have gone to the fucking hospital and I may have done these things, but I never fucking cried wolf. When I say I'm going to fucking kill myself on October 31st, 1990, I'm going to fucking do it. And no goddamn bullshit Boston newspaper is going to fucking tell me that I'm crying wolf when I'm fucking dead. This fucking newspaper is full of fucking shit. Burn with it, baby. Bullfuck. Why don't I what? Why don't I what? Do what? Kill myself sooner? Because it would have pleased you too much, you fucking cunt. Come up here. Why don't you come up right up here to the mic and tell me that? Come on. Come on. You want me to? Yeah. Why didn't I kill myself sooner? Why didn't you kill yourself sooner? You want me to kill myself sooner? Well, you're gonna have to wait. Because I ain't gonna kill myself on anybody's benefit. Take your fucking newspapers. Take whatever you got. Oh yeah, good. Bring the girl up. Bring on the posse. Came here to see me read, right? Why maybe I don't fucking want to read? But you buy it and read it for yourself. I don't owe you nothing! I owe you a fucking thing! See me fucking kill myself? Fuck you! The fucking reading shit, motherfucker! You're reading fucking shit! I ain't reading fucking shit! Motherfucker!
So anyway, that was a bit of a brief look at GG Allin. Hopefully you found that interesting. I think I covered most of the stuff about him. The gist of it is pretty much he was a crazy fuck. But anyway, Gigi was quite the fucking performer, you know. He's kind of a terrible person. He believed rape and murder should be legal. But if you gotta find something positive about him, he definitely believed in not giving a fuck about what anybody thinks and just doing, you know, whatever you want to do. You know, very individualistic. But just to wrap it up, I'll play this clip of him. So anyway, thanks for watching or listening to this. Most likely you'll listen to it. I don't know, whatever. Watch it, whatever the fuck. Thanks for listening to this podcast episode. And here's this clip.
My whole thing is got nothing to do with this. So let's get a performance group together and let's do like some performance art and we'll draw lines. My show is completely out of line. I don't care if people don't like what I do, and if you don't, I don't even care if you don't think it's art. I'm out to inflict pain on people as much as I'm into inflict pain on myself, and that pain creates strength, power, and endurance. Because if you put yourself through that tragedy every day, you could face that tragedy when it hits you.
Todd, you're an NYU
do any
student?
uniform at all.
You booked Gigi's band in your school?
Yeah, well, I'm doing a documentary film on Gigi through NYU Film School, and I wanted to get a spoken word type performance from Gigi, so I booked it through school, and we had some problems there.
What happened? What did Gigi do, first of all?
He came out on stage naked, which was what they had a problem with right away, and well, I mean, and went around, collected money from the crowd, and basically everybody in the audience was scared, and in last about 3 minutes, and everybody ran out and threw a chair. And I mean,
People come because they want to see something very dangerous, and they're going to get it. There's no fake blood. There's no props like most of the bands you'll see today on major labels. You'll see real blood. You'll see real broken bones, and that's beautiful. That's art. When people are leaving my shows and they're in pain, that is beautiful.